Learn one way that you can accept rent during an active unlawful detainer or eviction case in court. Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the Landlord Warrior on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, in my last video we were talking about Zelle payments. The questioner was asking what happens if you get a Zelle payment, and we were just explaining, usually any type of payment that you'd get in the middle of an unlawful detainer process, that the landlord accepts that would waive your right to continue on with the eviction. There is one exception to that rule, and that is if both landlord and tenant come to a written settlement agreement in court regarding the unlawful detainer. And what that is it's usually a written document, or if you're in court, you could make the agreement on the record that both landlord and tenant agree that we're going to resolve the eviction case, basically, and you come to terms and conditions, basically. Most lawyers are probably going to prefer a written agreement because that's going to spell out all the, what the tenant's supposed to do, what the landlord's supposed to do, and that's enforceable by court order. Actually, that's probably the number one way eviction cases are resolved. Most courts encourage the parties to try to, settle the eviction case short of, any type of trial, basically. In many places, like in the county I practice in, predominantly Solano County, we have dedicated settlement conferences. Other courts use, court mediators that come the day of the hearing and tell you, hey, we're here to help you out, try to resolve your case. Some courts may just do it the old-fashioned way, I used to do when I first started practicing. Judge would tell you, hey, before I hear your case, go out in the hall, see if you guys can work it out. It's come a long way where I've been, and a lot of courts now have these alternative dispute resolution practices now that help parties resolve cases, because many times many cases can be resolved if solution, if the parties can come to some type of solution. And many times it's miscommunication. There may have been some circumstances out of the tenant's control, that type of stuff, that, if you put a settlement agreement in place, there are huge benefits. Main benefit is the parties actually have a court enforceable settlement agreement by court order. So, for example, from the landlord's perspective, if your tenant fails to pay the rent or fails to pay the agreed upon amounts, an order can be entered against your tenant, basically, to have them removed because they didn't do what they're supposed to be doing. That's a little bit different, in the beginning of the eviction case, you issue a 3-day notice for rent, and your tenant says, hey, I'll pay X, Y, and Z, and then that time doesn't happen. That's fairly common, okay? This is a little bit different because it is a court order, and it has a little bit more teeth to it. So we encourage parties to resolve cases via a court settlement agreement, if at all possible, because a lot of our judges will say, you get to control the terms and conditions versus, you go before the judge, someone may not like what they have to say about the case, and then, there's going to be one side, or both sides might not be too thrilled about what's happening. So it's best that the parties agree. So that's one way you can accept rent during an eviction case. Folks, if you're going through a tenant situation like this and you're in the Northern California area, please feel free to reach out. We're here to help out. We might be able to help you out and discuss your situation. If you got comments, questions, put them down below. Until next time, folks, I'll see you then. Thanks.